What is up, guys? My name is Spectrum, aka Carson, aka Dumb Idiot Head, aka King Fart of Shitville. Today's video, if you couldn't tell from the thumbnail and or the title of the video, is going to be on interchange and some common spots that I see people ratting and that I rat in, like just high traffic areas where you can net some juicy gear, hopefully. I don't really know. It all depends on if there's people in your raid, which is kind of a big if at this stage of the wipe. Anywho, my good guy glizzy gamers, I don't want to take up too much of your time, so without further ado, like the video right now, otherwise I might do terrible, awful, unspeakable things in-game, obviously, and enjoy the video. If you learned something, you know, maybe drop a sub, because I'm going to do one of these videos on every map. I can't believe I almost forgot to say this. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe right now. Okay, so the first spot on interchange is going to be up here. This is right above the idea entrance. By the way, in this video, I'm not going to be showing any spots outside of the mall because those are just boring to me. So right here, if you just crouch in this bush, you can see all through the front entrance and towards the idea offices. If you have like a long range gun and you get an early spawn in the raid, you can come up here and most of the time you can catch someone coming up the main escalator right there. Or you can catch someone that comes out of this office and runs along this way to go to the middle of the mall, onto this cart here, and then on top of the boxes. The game would not be fucking awful. Hello, hello. Okay, awesome, great. Let me up there, not over there. And you can jump up on top of these shelves here. And you can look down at that door, look down at this door. You can basically just sit right here and wiggle your way in between the two spots. And no one ever looks up here. If they come to clear this room and you're sitting up there, you're gonna win the fight. A lot of people also sit back in this corner. You might even be able to get on top of the tree, I'm not sure. Yeah, you can sit right here on top of the tree. If people come from that way, it's a harder fight, but if people come from the front, it's GG's, you win. Another spot you can sit is up on top of this shelf. If you come here, you can jump onto these boxes. Shit, I keep jumping through them. It's such a pain in the ass with the fucking movement in this game. There we go. And you can just come up here and sit up on these shelves. Okay, everybody knows about this next spot. You can walk up this thing, this C can, and then you can just look out here towards power station. If you get an early spawn and you think that there's people still at power, you can run up here and give it a check. Sometimes people come out later in the raid to flip power as well, and they come down that ramp from the inside of the mall because they want to hit Kiba or, you know, kill his loot room. Up here, all you have to do is jump. There's a forklift, you can see the top of it right in the middle of my screen. You jump on a pallet there, onto those water barrels, and then onto these C cans. And then you can come here, and you can walk all the way down this wall. And you can sit here and shoot people. You might even be able to... Oh my god, I had no idea you could get all the way up here. Look at this spot, yo. Another spot you can get to is right up here on these boxes. Jump on that one, that one, that one, and then up here. And then if you lay down up here, you get a perfect line of sight all the way down this corridor to that big hangar gate, to this little lobby area. And you can also see behind you and nobody looks up. So if you got like a DMR and you get an early spawn, come up here. Probably gonna get somebody at least. The next spot is just outside of the Goshen area where we were, at the very back of Goshen. You can jump from here onto the shopping cart, onto the shelf, or on these boxes up here. And you can jump up here, lay down, and you can see most of Goshen from up here. The only issue is that fire is kind of loud and annoying. Okay, this next spot, you might think it's on top of this tent, but this tent is pretty obvious. If you run up here, you can jump across any of these walls that hold up these tarps, they're solid. You can walk on the walls. You can go all the way around here, but the top of the tarp is not solid. So you could walk, you could hold all the way back here, but I'd probably say right here is your best bet. Alright, this next spot, many people know about this one. It's right behind the hole. You can jump up on top of these boxes, or you can jump over them. That works too. And you can watch down the middle of the mall here. And I'd recommend, you know, crouching a little bit so you're not so visible. Don't just stand here like a dum-dum. Alright, this next spot is in attic. You can jump up on this table, on the boxes, and you can crouch jump on top of this tarp wall here. And then you can, like, if you shoot out the lights, I doubt that anyone is going to see you up here, especially this one behind you. I'd definitely shoot that one out. But if somebody swings in here, they're not going to be looking up, so you'll get the jump on them for sure. You can also get on top of these pallets in the corner, jump on the barrel, and then you walk and jump, get on top of the boxes. You can probably actually run, and you can jump up here. People might be able to see your legs from outside. I'm not sure. I've never seen anyone up here, but it's a pretty nice spot. Another spot you can sit to watch mid is, that's the last spot I was in right there. You can come here, you can just lean out, look down that way. I use that as a peek all the time. You can do the exact same thing over here on the in between German and whatever that other store is, Voyager. There's these boxes along the wall. You can run up behind them and jump up here and peek out from behind these boxes. I use this to clear mid all the time. No one ever really sees you when you're sitting here. So all the time is right here in Mantis. You can jump onto these dividers, and then you can like look over all the Mantis tarps. I use this spot if I hear a fight in mid. I'll just jump up here to get info from outside, because you can shoot through all this stuff too, so it makes for some pretty nice peeks. Another spot in Mantis is right here. Jump up there and just peek out into the Goshen tents area. And another spot I like to sit in Mantis is right up here. Oops. On these shelves, you can crouch and then you can look out towards Kiba, and you can see out behind you as well. Another spot is up here in TTS. You can jump onto this desk area and then jump backwards. Crouch jump maybe? I just did it. Yeah, crouch jump backwards, and then you can get up on these shelves and you can walk all the way down to that end, and then you can see out in the middle. You could like just sit on any part of these shelves really. Here's another spot you can sit on top of this tarp holder thing. It's in between Trend and the middle of the mall. I'd shoot out that light above you, but if you have a long range gun, might be worth, if you hear a fight down that way, to maybe pop up here and just take a look for a minute. A lot of these spots aren't going to be spots where you just sit the whole raid, because that's not how I like to rat. I like to move around towards the fights that I hear, and then I like to try to take position on those fights in a sneaky way. That's how I discover a lot of these spots, is I'll hear a fight in a random direction and I'll just be like, I wonder how I can get an angle on that in a way that nobody would ever expect, and that's how I find like half of these spots. Another spot you can get on top of these shelves in Texo on either side, you just get up on here, run onto the register, jump onto this shelf. Might take you a minute. Sometimes it just doesn't let you press the space bar either. And you can just crouch jump over here, move to wherever you want. Another spot you can get on top of this building, this little like display piece. Jump onto this weird metal crate, then jump backwards onto there, and then jump forwards if the game lets you fucking input the jump key. And then you're on here. You can lay down right at the top, and you can't really spin around too freely, so I'd recommend probably picking a side, and then you can actually spin around all the way. Another spot you can get jump on top of this shelf. You can also sit in any of these trees here. You can just like jump into them. But this spot, you jump across here, and then you're up on top of these shelves. If you lay down up here, there's a lot of fights that go on in that hallway straight ahead of you. That's where Texo is on the left and Rasmussen is on the right. Lots of people rotate through there. This might not be a bad spot for that. I wonder if you could get up onto that box thing. Let me try it. Nope, it doesn't even have collision. I don't know what this is, but it's like a metal frame. You can jump on these boxes and then get up here. And you can't really see a whole lot, but it's just kind of an off angle. If there's people over there and they hear you jumping, they might not know exactly where you are, and when they swing around this corner, you can maybe kill them. You also might be able to get onto the green shelves. Yeah, you can. Can you get up top? Maybe in the corner I can get up top? No, you can get onto these green shelves though. And right here, this would be a stellar spot. If you just sat here, lots of people run through Ollie to loot all the industrial stuff, and there's no way they're looking up here. You jump onto those sandbags, run jump onto this green shelf, and then jump up here. And then you can get up on these shelves. Once again, not a crazy spot, but nobody's going to be looking up. And you can see a lot more of Ollie from here. You can even see over into the skylight area back there. Stairs. You can run up here and then jump over this railing onto this giant metal awning. And if you're one of those guys that likes to stare at the extract for the whole raid, this is one of the spots ever to do it. And you can go all the way to the end and look over that whole area over there. Another really good spot, if you get an early spawn, run underneath Ollie. You can jump onto this van, and then you can jump onto this sea can, lay down, and you can watch people that are going to cross into the front of the store, because there's a bunch of spawns over there. And if you get the close spawn right over there, come up here, I guarantee you get someone that's trying to enter the mall right off the bat. Alright, this spot is right above the Texo or Tech Light escalator. You can just jump into this tree, give it a little crouchy crouch, and you can kill people when they run up the escalator, because most of the time they're going to look behind here or into the store. They don't usually look at this tree. Once again, this next spot is in the top floor. We're basically going to be doing all top floor from here on out. You can jump on top of these boxes, lay down, and you can see people that are looting Tech Light and people that come up the escalator right there. This next spot is at one of the donuts. A lot of people like to sit here, but this glow stick makes you really easy to see from below. So what I like to do is either sit on top of these pallets, or you can drop all the way down and you can see into Raz and down the hallway. You can also just like move around this donut. Alright, this next spot is right up at the middle of the mall. You can lay down by these sandbags here, and then you're covered from your back angle. And then you can look down at the Goshen tents, or people down in mid, and you can also see like kind of this side, but not real great. I usually just use this spot early in the raid to look for rotates through Goshen that are coming to loot mid. This next spot is right up here on this little like coffee stand. You can jump on top of the microwave and look down towards Tech Light and the other escalator over here. There's also another spot. You can jump up here onto this support beam, and you can walk all the way up it and look all the way down the top floor here and out. This next spot is the other donut. If you sit right here behind these couches, it's a lot harder for you to be spotted from below. So I wouldn't really recommend in any of these donuts, I wouldn't recommend sitting like this, because this is a terrible, terrible way to sit. You gotta be all crab-like. Find your nice little nest and then sit in it. Alright, so that's basically all the spots up top that are really, like, useful. Like, there's plenty of spots you can just sit still and look for people, but those are the ones that I'd recommend just kind of sitting in. I don't know, I like to move around. I don't really like to stand still, but this is underneath the Ollie ramp, or no, the idea ramp. You can jump on this van if you get an early spawn, and you can look out for people running in from the other side of the map. You can also look towards the front entrance here. As people will, you might not see them if they come from that side and then run around and in, but you'll see them when they come in here. This spot is in the back corner underneath idea, and I don't think I'm going to go over all of these spots, because basically any one of these sea cans, there's a way to get on top of them, and you can just look out at the whole wide world. Like I said earlier, there's like a million sea cans in the basement. You can pick basically any one of them. You can get on top of like almost all of them. Not all of them, but there's so many that it takes so long to even go through all of them. But here's another one. The last one is right in that corner. You just jump on this van and then onto the sea can. So this is the last one I'm going to show, unless it's a really notable spot. I'm sure you guys can figure out how to get on top of the sea cans. Yeah, that was definitely first try, Tog 100 emoji. Okay, I know I said I wasn't going to show any more sea cans unless they were notable, but this one's pretty notable. A lot of people use this ramp, is the one that goes up to Goshen from the basement. You can jump onto these pallets and then onto the sea can from the pallets. And a lot of people actually use this to rotate in and out of Goshen and the mall. So you can, if you scoot up to the front here, you can lean out and see all the way down there. And you can see all the way down there. And you can see the ramp. So this one is very notable, I would say. So this next spot, there's the hole. There's the ramp that goes up to the middle of the mall right by Kibba. You can jump on top of this box truck, and this is a nice spot to sit because a lot of people fight in Ollie and in mid, and they'll use this whole area for rotates, because there's an escalator over that way, escalator right there, hole over there, ramp right there, and there's another escalator over there. So this is one of the hottest areas in the basement. So if you're gonna pick a spot to rat, I'd do it around here in the basement. You could lay in the bed of that truck. You might be able to get on that bus somehow. There's probably a way to get on top of that sea can. Oh, and also, there's two lights right there. You have to shoot those out because they kind of hinder things. Oh yeah. Let me up. No, don't tell me you can't get up. Don't tell me. I'm gonna be upset. Oh, you can get up. Yeah, and then lay down here. Shoot the lights out. Yeah, this is probably a better spot, actually. You can still see that, still see that, still see the escalator over there. You can see way deeper down that way, and you can see way deeper down this way. I'd say this is probably a better spot than the box truck. This next spot is actually on the other side of the hole. There's plenty of spots you can get to, but a lot of people just sit up here on this sea can. And then you lay down, you watch that way, and you watch basically right there, because you won't see people that are rotating through here until they're either right there or right there. This next spot is right across from the parkour. That's the elevator shaft. You can jump up to get into Goshen. I'm right underneath Goshen right now. You can jump on top of this forklift, that's what they're called. Please let me jump. Oh my god. This game's input sometimes. Oh my fucking god. I hate it, dude. I hate it here. If the player puts in a key, let them jump. Please, just let it happen. And you can jump up here. You can lay down here. Watch the jump up right there. And you can also watch, if you scoot out a little further, you can watch this way. People will rotate from over there sometimes, and over here sometimes as well, because there's a couple things to loot, and people just rotate from Ollie back to here, and then they'll try to do like a flank on someone by rotating underground, That's what you're basically going to be doing in the underground, is you're going to be catching people while they're trying to flank people on the main floor. It's basically what underground is used for. You might even be able to jump over onto this truck. Actually, you could probably just jump on the front of this truck. Can you get on this? Oh my god. Okay, never mind, dude. Freak all that noise. You can get on top of here. Oh, this is a spot, dude. This is a spot for sure. You can lean out on either direction and see that way. You have to stand up to turn around. You can't roll around on here. Same thing that way. And if you want to watch the ramp, you have to stand up. It doesn't work any other way. Alright, we're at the power station now. A spot that people like to sit quite often. Jump up here. And then you just crouch up here. And you can game, because nobody ever looks up here. The power switch is right there, so if you spawn here and then just sit, chances are someone's gonna come flip this eventually, if there's someone who wants to loot anything in the raid. There's plenty of spots you can sit up at power, like I'm pretty sure you can get up there too. Like maybe right here. Yeah, you can sit up here, look out the windows. This might not be a terrible spot. Another spot that you can get to at power is you can go on the roof. I've never seen anyone go up here. But you can. It is possible. I've never been up here myself, actually. You can also drop down onto these pipes if you want to camp the vehicle extract. Just drop down right there and stare at the vehicle extract. Or this pipe as well. Drop down onto that one, walk along it. That's basically it though. Like, there's a bunch of spots I didn't show just because they're so obvious. You can just jump on, like anything in the basement you can jump up onto. You can jump up onto so many things. Like, just be creative. This map's really, really easy to rat on. That's why a lot of people don't like it, because everywhere's a dark corner that someone could be sitting. Hello guys, thank you for making it to the end of the video. Once again, thank you for watching, I really appreciate it. I hope you learned something in this video. At the very least, you learned some spots to check if you're getting shot by some sneaky angles. And like, this video is a little shorter than the other ones just because there's so many like spots in dark corners that you can just jump on in interchange. It's really obvious. If you just look around, you'll figure out like a million spots you could rat. This video would have been like extremely long if I showed them all, but I figured I'd show the ones that are like important or notable or in high traffic areas, and then hopefully that inspires you fellers to like figure some out on your own, because it's really not that hard on interchange. It's a very, very simple map to rat on. But I don't know what the next map is going to be. I'll put a poll on my YouTube. I think I'm going to put the poll between Streets, Factory, and Lighthouse. So I'm guessing Streets is going to win, so the next video will probably be on Streets. So stay tuned for that. Like and subscribe, and have a good day, everybody.